What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got a really cool review for you today of a really cool out the front knife, man. This one's loaned to me by Mr. Eddie. Big shout out to him. Thanks to him, Mr. Eddie _411. Thanks to people like him and a lot of y'all, man, that I really get to explore all kinds of cool knives. I think Pons is sending some in. Carry and Cut, Lanyard Band, Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie's helped out a lot, sent a bunch in. Definitely big shout out to y'all. Community's awesome. You guys are awesome. It has just been a really great experience, man. If you guys are interested in it, he is linked down below. Along with a lot of other cool channels, you know, a bunch of them that I put the @ symbol on down below. If y'all want to go check them out, they're in the description of all my videos. If y'all want to go check out some other really cool channels from big to small, you know, it's a great community. Also, if you're interested in hearing me ramble, you know, want to watch more content, watch more of me, you know, play around with knives, cut myself, whatever on accident, slip up, mess up, whatever, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more of that content. So this one, now that I got all that out of the way, is the Microtech Knives Combat Troodon. This is the generation 3, man. This one is super smooth. It is crazy. I really want this one now that I got it in hand. I couldn't believe how smooth it was. There's your info right there. Combat Troodon. That's a dagger ground Gen 3 stonewash standard. I think these run around 400 something, 450 maybe, something like that. Maybe, I don't know, generally in the 400s. I think I'd be right. You know, there's the packaging right there. You know, it comes with it, pretty cool. Microtech always has some pretty good packaging, the warranty, paperwork with it in the box. So this one, Microtech Knives Combat Troodon Gen 3. I never got to handle any generation before this one, but man, I don't know if I would. I mean, this is crazy. This is by far the smoothest Microtech I've ever handled. By far. I mean, I've handled the Glycon. I own the Ultratech, the UTX 70, the Direct Delta, you know, also handled some other, you know, OTFs, Heretic knives, a couple different Manicore X's. I own one of them. Yeah, but this is crazy. This is crazy smooth. It's insane how little effort. I'll tell you what, Cole, my girlfriend, she is, couldn't really activate some of the other Microtechs like the Ultratech, and a lot of people have issues with them. You know, it's not by any means just her. It's, you know, a lot of grown big men that I work with that don't, you know, handle, that don't, if you hand them an OTF, a Microtech, they're gonna grab it and be like, you know, or whatever. There, you know, most people that haven't handled them before don't just grab them and pop them right out, you know, but this one you can. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and do specs before I get too far off into the weeds here. So from the end of it to the end of it, you got 5 3/8, right about 5 3/8, maybe 5, right at 5.5 if you include the well improved glass breaker. You know, that is awesome compared to their old ones, especially. A lot of improvements with this. You know, it's not just the drive on it, it's a lot of things. So let's go ahead and do blade measurement on it, or we'll do overall. Right, just did handle, so we'll do overall. We're looking at right at 9 3/8. Alright, 9 3/8 overall, from the tip of the blade all the way to the bottom of the handle. Definitely a big old knife for sure. 4 inches, even a hair over if you include that little bottom part down there. Cutting edge on this, you're looking at 3 7/8 on each side. Alright, so that's 7 3/4. Alright, I think, yeah, about, is that right? 3 7/8 times 2, it's dagger ground. So you get the benefit of that with a dagger grind, which is pretty cool. We'll go ahead and do blade stock thickness. Now, I'll tell you one thing, these dagger ground blades, OTS, are not really designed as much for you know, cardboard cutting, you know, they'll definitely will 100% do the trick, you know, but they're not super slicers like a lot of other knives. 122 thousandths in the dead middle, thickest part that I got right there. And you're looking at behind the edge right at 24 thousandths, not too bad. Handle thickness right at 540 thousandths, over half an inch. Robust, but not like super thick or super thin either way, I don't think. Go ahead and do some size comparisons here. We'll get out the Cold Steel Knives 8010. Alright, and yeah, so you can definitely see it's a really large, you know, really large knife for sure if you're used to the sizes on the 8010 and the Demco 8020.5 there. 100%. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, Spyderco Para 3 lightweight. Alright, longer overall than both, more cutting edge overall than both. Let's do some OTFs. Let me get out some OTFs. Should have had them ready, but I didn't. So just get out, we'll get out two of them. You got, and I was going to do a comparison video with these two, but this is a Microtech Ultratech. This is the Microtech Direct Delta, like that. So actually bigger than both, right? Direct Delta is a pretty dang big you know, OTF, switchblade, whatever. But if you look at it, that's the order of things, the size. It's bigger than the Direct Delta. Really large knife for sure. And I can tell you, 100% a lot easier to flip this open and close, you know, than the Ultratech for sure. Alright, so got that done. Let's look at the weight. We'll get the size comparisons. That's what's next usually, huh? Alright, overall weight on it, Microtech Combat Troodon Gen 3, 4.9 ounces, which the 5 ounces, right at, probably help if you can see it, right at 5 ounces, right? So depending on how you look at it, that might be well under the ounce and inch ratio, right? If you got sharpened edge, right? But yeah, blade length, a little bit over, but no big deal. It's not really super heavy at all, you know, which is awesome. Get the blue jeans out. That's what you're looking at in pocket. Not too much sticking out, and you don't have that protruding big glass breaker anymore like you do on all the older Microtechs, you know. So that's a good thing for sure. But yeah, I like the rollerball clip, whatever you want to call it. I call it the rollerball clip. I don't know what the official name of it is. Nothing bad about that. Doesn't get stuck in the middle like a lot of your old Microtech clips. And again, I'm gonna do a kind of like a battle or comparison video with this and some other Microtechs that I got. You know, the Direct and the Ultratech. So that's definitely coming down the pipe. So definitely don't worry about you know, not getting this or that out of a comparison, because I'm definitely going to be comparing them. So let's look at the Torx heads on here that you have now. Torx screws. That's a T8. Or no, is it a T8? No, it's a T10 I got in there. So, T8, that's in this NAS driver. Yeah, T8, 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 T8. 4 T8 screws, and the center one is what? What is the center one? No, it's a big one. We got a T25 here. Yeah. Is that what it is? Yeah, T25 on the center. So with a T25 and a T8, you can take this apart instead of having to buy Microtech's proprietary stuff, which is another change on the Gen 3s. That's awesome, man. Improvements all the way around, you know. I have no issues with any of the improvements they've made. It feels great, you know. It feels great in hand. It's like having a totally new knife from a totally new knife company almost, you know. I've never handled the original Troodon. That's the one thing that I got going against me. But I have handled, you know, several other Microtechs. The Glycon, the Direct Delta, you know, the Ultratech, the UTX 70, a lot of other Microtechs, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this one is super smooth. You can sit here and fire it all day long, you know. Mr. Eddie's probably cringing watching this, but I mean, it's true. You know, they're warranted. You know, if it has any kind of internal issues, you can send them back to Microtech. They're all USA made. Great product. And another new thing is this crud cutter in here. There's kind of grid that's inside the switch right there. You know, that kind of cuts down on stuff getting kind of stuck in there. So that's awesome too, you know. Whole bunch of improvements all the way around. This is an awesome knife. And make no doubts about it, or have no doubts about it. This one, you know, you could throw this down the street. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. And it'll take a licking and keep on ticking. And if it doesn't, it's warranted by Microtech. You know, they put their name behind it. All around, pretty good deal, I think. So, yeah, that's definitely going on my most recommended knives playlist. Mr. Eddie's kind of filling that playlist up for sure. But it'll be linked down below in the description. If you use an affiliate link, it helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. If not, that's fine too. And big shout out again to Mr. Eddie for letting me borrow this. And thank you guys for watching, man. There will definitely be a more extensive kind of battle review video or comparison video between this, the Ultratech, and the Direct Delta. I think those are some good candidates for it. So yeah, definitely look for that to be coming down the pipe soon. And until then, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay sharp.